They called it the hum, a frequency so vile, it made sanity a luxury. In 1983, at St. Jude's Asylum, an entire locked ward turned into an abattoir, its victims clawing their own eyes out, tearing at their flesh, all in a desperate, guttural attempt to escape a sound only they could hear. This wasn't just madness, it was a parasitic symphony of self-destruction, orchestrating a horror too profound for the human mind to bear. What could drive perfectly sane individuals to such unimaginable depths of brutal, visceral self-mutilation? The answer lies buried in the blood-soaked history of Project Echo. This nightmare began when a strange, obsidian-like artifact, pulsating faintly, was unearthed deep beneath a forgotten Soviet research facility. Deemed a potential breakthrough in sonic energy, it was transported to the high-security psychiatric wing of St. Jude's, a perfect, isolated containment zone, or so the researchers believed. They knew it emitted a faint, inaudible resonance, but dismissed it as a harmless side effect, a mere curiosity from the depths of the Cold War's clandestine science. They had no idea they'd just introduced a predator into the fold. It started subtly, an insidious whisper on the edge of perception. Whispers turned to paranoia, paranoia to screams. Then, patients began to thrash, not at their invisible tormentors, but at themselves. One guard, Sergeant Miller, was found in a blood-slicked corridor, his ears bleeding profusely, repeatedly slamming his own head against the reinforced steel door, convinced something was inside him, clawing its way out. The sound, once inaudible, was now a roaring, deafening presence within their minds, a parasitic frequency burrowing into their consciousness, whispering horrifying commands. The ward descended into an orgy of unspeakable horror. The parasitic sound wasn't just heard, it was felt, vibrating in bone, in sinew, compelling its victims to cut out the noise. Patients gnawed through their own limbs, believing they could sever the source of the torment. Nurses carved crude, frantic symbols into their foreheads, trying to mark the source before resorting to tearing at their own eyes, convinced the sound was entering through their optic nerves. The air grew thick with the stench of blood, feces, and the metallic tang of fear, punctuated only by the wet sounds of tearing flesh and the guttural, desperate cries of those trying to escape the auditory prison of their own minds. When the special forces finally breached the quarantined ward, they found only silence. The ward was an abattoir, a tableau of carnage beyond description, but the sound had ceased. In the center, the obsidian artifact pulsed, no longer faintly, but with a slow, deliberate rhythm, almost like a heartbeat. Analysis revealed the chilling truth: the hum wasn't a frequency. It was a chorale. Millions upon millions of compressed, agonizingly alive human consciousnesses, all screaming in unison, their collective agony forming a single, unbearable sonic entity. Every new victim, driven to madness and self-destruction by its song, simply became another voice, another layer of suffering, adding to its growing, eternal chorus. The sound didn't force them, it absorbed them. You don't escape the sound, you become the sound.